you know, you've mentioned about really listening to your core self, because through the amazing work that you're doing with the Benedetti Foundation, that's all about listening to people. When you think about it, you know, it's listening to, in a way, you're not trying to find the next Nicola Benedetti, but you're listening to what does music mean and the participation of that mean, and allowing the connection between the instrument, the individual, to come together so that they can make the decision making and listen in ways that perhaps they hadn't realized, you know. And I'm just wondering if, you know, this whole experience of lockdown, has it made you listen to yourself, to your instrument, to your music differently? Has it created a different connection? Has that sort of period of just simply doing normal things, you know, impacted on that? Or do you feel that actually once things get, you know, busy again, you're going to maybe go back to this kind of frenetic listening experience? I'm not really phrasing that very well, Nicky, so I apologize.
You are. No, it's such an interesting, it's a kind of ruminating on the whole relationship that we have to listening, which I think is such a fascinating thing, because it takes entering into a state that operates at a different tempo to what we're used to doing, and it's sort of getting into this much more subliminal and kind of slow pace state that I think we just end up bypassing almost entirely. You know, we end up, there's the most ridiculous amounts of police out there. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Outside your house.
I'm so sorry. They're not anything to do with me.
Out with it. Come on. Oh no.
Do you want me? Do you want me to repeat anything about the listing with the listing answer? Are they gonna?
You just carry on.
Carry on. Okay,
It's
fine.
Naturally. It's great that the police are there. Adds excitement.
So yeah, I think it's like what we talk about a lot with the foundation. We talk about different states of mind when you are not just playing, but when you're practicing, when you're trying to address something that's difficult for you, and how do you capture a part of your mind that has genuine we talk a lot about the combination of being super relaxed and being super focused, and that those two things may seem like, if you imagine embodying being relaxed, it's like, oh, so relaxed. If you embody being focused, it's like, oh, I'm focused, like I'm concentrating and I'm sitting forwards, and actually neither should necessarily be either of those states, and you are most alert when you're combining them, and so much of that is, like, I talk to our students all the time about how much I was told when I was younger that I just didn't hear. And so to get yourself into a state where you are just actually listening and absorbing what you hear, that is such a large percentage of your ability to learn, develop, and improve, and to have a meaningful experience. So that state of mind, state of hearing, state of just your sense of yourself, I think is quite frighteningly powerful. And I do feel like some parts of that have improved during this period for me.
Yeah, interesting. And do you feel, though, for our young generation, whereby technology is almost like an extension of their limbs, whether this is helping or hindering their listening when it comes to musicians?
Oh, it's so fascinating, because I don't know about what your experience has been, but I've been pleasantly surprised at um, how successful the communication has been via technology, regarding music making, music listening, and music education. But at the same time, I know that there have been quite a few concerns that have been confirmed when people have gone back to having live lessons and live experiences, about sound production, about just levels of attention to detail, and I guess a kind of self-analysis of how you're doing and how you're improving. And I think maybe more than the technology having an impact negatively on how we listen, I think it's, I'm not saying anything new that people don't say all the time, but I think it's that the concern more is to just, for the sake of it, make it through that hour of focus on one thing, and it does not have to be a life-changing hour after which you're going to sound 100 times better on your instrument. It's that humble, calm, repetitive act of doing something that I think technology, it's not technology itself, obviously, it's the invention of the smartphone and so much unbelievably quick and easy access. We have more information and access to high quality information than ever, but we cannot see and hear and feel the weight of that information because we simply don't spend long enough with each thing. And it's what we, because we've been teaching so many of these mini workshops where we, like, for example, we say we're putting on a workshop about developing vibrato, and what we'll do is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have 30 minutes each of those days for 3 weeks, for example. And what a lot of the task for us who are teaching the workshops, our biggest task is to condense information enough and clarify the information enough so that the actual point and weight of each bit of information is absorbed and is felt and is clear. Sorry, I'm just going on all sorts of different...
No, but that's so interesting, because when I've watched all of the extraordinary work that the Benedetti Foundation is doing, I mean, the impact of that, even for a seasoned musician like myself, who's been in the profession a long time, is that I get inspired by that. And I think what you've said about, absolutely getting to the core of what you want to achieve and making sure that quality for teachers and for the participants, is worthwhile, and it's getting that weight of something that is worthwhile, something that they can then take away for the next period, and to really work on and to observe themselves and to build on in their own way. So it's almost like a support system that's always there, rather than this is the house and this is the how the house will be built. Well, you can build the house, but here's the ingredients, as it were. And
exactly.
And it's absolutely fascinating, and I've just so been interested to see this whole vision that you've had, informing the foundation in what the foundation stands for and the impact that it's having. And I hope you do understand that it's not just, for the young players or their teachers, which is absolutely crucial, but also, percussionists as well, and older musicians, and really inspiring that. It really is